Hey ladies and gentlemen, I'm Miss Sims. I'm going to be reviewing your crochet skills, and I just want to give you a couple of hints and tips, and make sure that you have your ball of yarn. Make sure you're pulling it from the center, not the outside. You're going to need a pair of scissors. You're going to need a yarn needle, and you will need our crochet hook. So let's go ahead and get this started, and we'll see you in a bit. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is learn how to do the slip knot. So the slip knot is we do a loop, and make sure that you have the tail end on top of your bottom of the thread. You're going to pull this part of the thread under through here, grab it with your hand, pull on the tail with your other hand, and you are going to pull tight. So you should have a tail probably about 6 to 8 inches long. Now the beauty of this knot is that when you pull on it, it disappears. So I'm going to show you that again. You're going to go around, take the working end of your yarn, put it through and grab it, hold on to your tail and pull, and there's your slip knot. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we are going to pick up our hook. This is how you pick it up with your right hand. You put your thumb on this flat part here where it has the letters and the numbers, and you're going to hold it in your left hand on the other side. So you're actually going to go underneath it. You're not holding it like a pencil, or you're holding it like you'd hold a spoon. So you're going to put your thumb here, and this is your neck. It tapers off all the way to the top. This is your head, and here's your mouth. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and slip the hook onto my slip knot. Now you're going to think, oh my gosh, it's not working. If it doesn't work, it's not moving, try pulling on both of them, because it's going to turn into a knot and get nice and tight on your neck. So you're going to notice that I am using all of my fingers. So I'm going to use my index finger to hold onto this part of the knot. You're going to yarn over. Yarn over means go away from you and towards you. So yarn over. You're going to hold the knot at the neck with your fingers, your thumb, your index finger and your thumb on your left hand, and then you're going to lift your index finger and you're going to turn your head to get it through that knot. Pull through. Let me show that to you again. You're going to hold it with your index finger, yarn over, hold the knot at the neck. Notice I'm not holding it down here at the knot. I'm holding it at the neck. Turn your head and pull through. Hold the knot, yarn over, hold the knot at the neck. Now sometimes you get here and you're just pulling and nothing's happening. You're going to need to turn your hook. Don't turn it around so that it's doing a complete 360 degree. I want you to do this. So you're going to turn it and pull through. Okay, I'm going to chain a couple of chains. And then that's a nice even chain. Now I'm going to show you that this chain has these stitches we call V-stitches. Now we work from right to left, but if you notice, if you look at it straight on, you can see that there's V-stitches. I'm going to count the V-stitches for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I've chained 11 stitches. Now I'm going to show you how to go in and crochet single crochet. Okay, so we're going to go into the second chain from the hook. Now remember, we are counting 11 stitches and then we're going to do 10 single crochets. Now the reason we have 11 single crochets is because we always go into the second chain. If we go into the first chain, we will undo our knot. So we want to go into the second chain from the hook. 1, 2. All right, so yarn over, you're going to pull through one, and then yarn over, you're going to pull through both. You're going to go into the next stitch. Now you may be confused as to where the next stitch is. Sometimes people put it over here. No, that's not the next stitch. That's like the 5th stitch from where we're supposed to be. This is where I'm working. If you pull on it a little, there's a little hole. You can put your head next to the hole. That is yarn over, pull through one, yarn over, pull through both. Now, you're going to do it again. Put your head into the top of the V-stitch, yarn over, pull through one, yarn over, pull through both. Now, sometimes my students, go ahead and put your head in, yarn over, pull through one. Sometimes my students like to pull through the second door first. You have to go through door number 1 first, and then go through door number 2. So make sure you're going through the first door. Oops, I'm trying to show you double crochet. Alright, so yarn over, pull through one. I'm just going to finish this off. And I have, so far I'm going to count it, I need 10 stitches. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm halfway done. And I'm going to finish with 5 more stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 1, 2. I might want to mention that you need to keep your working yarn behind you, and you need to keep the working yarn on the bottom, your tail, under you. You always want to keep this behind you. This behind you. So go ahead and put this in here. If you put it in front, you're going to start wrapping it around your work. Yarn over, pull through both. Go ahead and put it in. Yarn over, pull through one. Yarn over, pull through both. And this is my last one. I'm going to go make sure that I count it. I should have 10 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, we are going to go up and do a turn chain. In order to get to the next level, you have to take a ladder up to the next level. In order to do that, you must chain 1. This is called a turn chain. So you yarn over and you pull through. That's it, just like we were chaining before. Then you take your hook out. You're going to flip your piece over. You're going to put your hook back in. And then we're going to start the process all over again. Now, row 2 is a little different than the first row. This time you're going to take your hook and put it underneath the V-stitch. Well, you might look at this and see, where's the V-stitch? You're going to turn it and look at the top, and you should see all the V's. So you're going to take your head and you're going to put it under the second chain and see how it goes under both. Well, that counts as 1 now. So we are putting the hook underneath the V-stitch, which counts as 1. So I'm going to say the same thing. You're going to yarn over, pull through 1, which is the V-stitch. You have 2 on the hook, yarn over, pull through both. Same thing. You're going to put it under the next V-stitch. Well, I can't see it here, so I'm just going to turn it at the top again. Oh, there it is, right here. I'm going to put my head under. Remember, you're going in front, not behind. Go in front. There's my V-stitch. I'm going to go ahead and yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through the first door, pull through the second door. There's my second crochet. I'm going to do the same thing here. Go under, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through both. I'm going to do that all the way to the end, so I have 10 stitches. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that for you. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through both. I need more yarn. And then I'm at the end and I can't find the last stitch. Let me double check. I have 9 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I need to have 10 stitches, so I have to find another one. So I kind of look and I see this one that's kind of popping out. You're going to go ahead and put your head through that V-stitch, yarn over, pull through one, yarn over, pull through both. Straighten it out, and you have a nice straight stitch. Okay, so you're at the end, you have 10 stitches. In order to get to the next row, you need to do your turn chain. So yarn over. You have to do this turn chain every time you go to a new row. You're at the end, you're going to flip it over, put your yarn hook back in, and then you're going to do it again. So go under the V-stitch, and it's the same stitch for the rest of your project. Now, I'm going to finish this, and it's going to look just like a little rectangle. And I'm going to show you how to tie off and sew your yarn into your project. Now, if I was doing a scarf or I was doing another project, obviously it would look different and it would be bigger. But the tying off part is all the same. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this, and I have a nice rectangle. It's nice and straight. And I'm going to go ahead and lay it down. And I'm going to pick up my scissors. And you need to have about the same length of your yarn as your tail. So about 6 inches. Go ahead and pull this through. Please don't cut short little things. You never tie knots in your yarn. This is your knot right here. So you're going to put your hook in and just pull all the way through. Just keep pulling it. You're like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Just pull it through, and then you've just finished off your project. Now, what are you going to do with the spaghetti? You are going to learn how to weave that in using our yarn needle. So this is kind of like sewing. So I'm going to show you how to sew it in. Remember, we can always cut extra off, but if we have short tails, we can't make more yarn. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that you have a nice hook. If it's a nice needle, excuse me. If it's a smaller needle, please make sure that it's not pointy. You want to have a yarn needle that's not as pointy. If you can't stick this in here because you're making a big mess, go ahead and twist, and hold it as close to the end as possible. And then I'm just going to thread this through. Okay, so it's not tied in a knot, obviously, so be careful not to do this, and it comes out. So we're going to try it again. Put it in here. Okay, now I'm going to hide my yarn in my stitches. It's very important that you use the same color, obviously. So I'm just going to go weave here, and I want to keep my stitches on this side of my yarn. I don't want it on this side. So I'm going to weave on this side. If I do it underneath here, you'll be able to see my yarn. So I just want to go under my stitches, not too far, maybe about an inch and a half, 2 inches. It's up to you. I usually do it about half of the yarn needle. And then, so you're kind of weaving in and out. Notice you cannot see most of the yarn needle, a little bit, but not too much, and you won't be able to see that. So I'm going to just pull this through. Go ahead and tighten it up. You don't want to pull too tight. And then I'm going to pull my yarn through, and I'm going to go ahead and cut as close to the knot as possible without cutting the knot. Don't cut the knot off. So I'm going to cut here, and now it is completely invisible. So I'm going to do one last weave in for you. I'm going to do this other part. And remember, I'm on this side, and I want to weave in my yarn on the same side. I don't want to turn it over or anything, because then you might see a fray here. So I'm going to go back here, and it doesn't really matter where you put it as long as it is on the same side. So you can put it anywhere you're comfortable with. I'm going to go ahead and put it here. It's kind of a little difficult, but that's okay. And I'm going to turn it over just in case so you can see. Can't see any of the yarn needle, but you can see it here. And I'm going to pull through and tighten it up a little bit. Lay it flat, And then I'm going to do the same thing and cut it as close to my knot without cutting my knot as possible. And so now my ends are gone. You're all set to go.